Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another Teacher Joseph podcast. Today is English Language Day. That's right, a day to celebrate the English language. Now, this day was launched by a group of people called the English Project in 2009. And basically, they're celebrating all things English. It's a vast language. There are more than 250,000 words in the Oxford Dictionary. And there's also loads of technical, scientific, and slang words. The English language is easily the most broadly used and spoken language on the planet, and it enjoys a good reputation for adapting words, concepts, and cultural influences. Yes, so today is English Language Day. Now, I don't know anyone who actually celebrates this. It certainly isn't a holiday here. In fact, I'm not even sure if people know that it exists. It is a fairly new thing anyway, isn't it? English is recognized as an official language in 67 different countries, as well as 27 non-sovereign entities. Of course, it's not the oldest language. That would be Sanskrit. How can you celebrate English Language Day? Well, you can learn more of it, that's for sure. You could read your favorite English book, or you could volunteer at a spoken English class. You know, English schools are always looking for volunteers, helpers, people who just love English to help them. So that's probably things that you could do if you really want to celebrate it. Here's a few facts about English that maybe you didn't know. Shakespeare invented many English words. That's right, William Shakespeare added over 1,000 words to the language. Originally, English had 29 letters instead of the current 26. English is the official language of aeroplane travel. I didn't know they had an official language, but there we are. That would explain why, when you go anywhere, all the announcements are in English. Okay, there is a very long word in English, which is our longest word. I don't think I can say it. Neumann ultramic microscopic Slokovic volcanoconiosis is a medical term that refers to a lung disease. Oh dear. And the most commonly used adjective is the word good. Yeah, so today would be a great day for you to do something with your English. After all, it's one of the most popular languages in the world. It has a really cool celebrated history, as well as arts and culture. So something for you to think about there. So whatever you're doing, enjoy English Language Day. By the way, speaking of English and language, yesterday on my street, I saw a left-hand drive. Now, a left-hand drive is that type of car which is designed to be driven on the right-hand side of the roads. Now, you know, here in the UK, we drive on the left. And that means that the driver sits on the right so he can see the oncoming traffic. But yesterday, I saw a left-hand drive. A left-hand drive is simply the way we refer to cars which aren't designed to be driven, on the left, okay? So it means that the driver sits on the left of the car, which is why it's called the left-hand drive. Yeah, I was really shocked. We don't see many of those anymore after Brexit. You can still import them, There's nothing wrong. I think one of the companies here still makes them as well. Um, so you can easily get them, but if you drive them, you must register them as British. So if you import one, you can use it, but you only have a few months, I think, or a number of months at least, before you have to get it registered as British to convert it. I mean, the registration to a British registration. But anyone can drive a left-hand drive car. I don't drive, so I can't imagine what that would be like. But I don't like the idea of sitting on the passenger seat while the traffic is coming towards me. Oh no, that doesn't sound right, does it? So I would be sitting where the driver usually sits and watching traffic coming towards me if I was in a left-hand drive car here in the UK. Well, left-hand drives are very popular, and so are automatic cars. That's the ones which only have, I think, one pedal, an accelerator, and you can control it um, without having to, press all the buttons. I don't drive, so I don't really know how to talk about these things. But left-hand drives, yeah, I was so shocked to see one, but they are very popular. I don't know where that one came from that I saw yesterday. I just saw the guy getting in, and I thought, oh, there's someone getting into the passenger side of a car. Next thing I know, the car whizzed past me, and I thought, oh, that's a left-hand drive. Interesting. We had a car show fairly recently here, which featured left-hand drive cars. You can call them left-hand drive or left-hand drive cars. Yeah, at that car show, they were all left-hand drives. I always thought that was a little bit strange. It just doesn't look right. And then if you have a left-hand drive car, which is an automatic rather than a manual, it looks weird because there's no pedals on the floor, you know? Oh, that's an idiom in English, by the way. If you want to get something done in a hurry, you can say, oh, I'll have to put the pedal to the metal to get it done. It's not the kind of idiom I would use. It's usually used by people who love cars. I'm sure there's many of those around. But it did get me thinking about Tracy Chapman. You remember her. She was the woman who had the song about the fast car. That was a lovely song. Do you remember? She said, you got a fast car. I want a ticket to anywhere. Maybe we make a deal. Maybe together we can get somewhere. Any place is better. Starting from zero. Got nothing to lose. Maybe we'll make something. Me, myself, I got nothing to prove. Of course, if she was British, she would have said, I've got nothing to prove, using the present perfects. And then she says to her friend, you got a fast car. I got a plan to get us out of here. I've been working at the convenience store, managed to save just a little bit of money, won't have to drive too far, just cross the border into the city. You and I can both get jobs and finally see what it means to be living. I'm assuming she's going to Mexico. I wonder if she speaks Spanish. Wow. Anyway, she's looking to escape where she lives in this song, and she's eyeing up anybody that's got a fast car to get her moving. A very interesting song, but don't we all feel like that sometimes? We just want to jump in a car and run away, you know? Yeah, I think we probably do, but surely not in a left-hand drive, at least not if you're British anyway. By the way, do you know why we drive on the lefts? Yeah, this is an interesting story. We apparently drive on the left because historically everything was done on the left. Our shipping, which of course we were famous for, that had left-hand drives in terms of the fact that we had lanes for ships for going in and out, which operated on a left and right basis. The Romans apparently used left and right, so I don't know why countries in the Mediterranean drive on the right. I'm not sure what the history of that is. I know that many countries switch, don't they, from left to right. There's been a few of those in recent years, trying to separate themselves from their colonial days in Britain. Um, yeah, so it's very interesting. The other reason is because your left hand was supposed to be doing something manual while your sword hand was kind of killing people and doing the things that men did in those days, you know? So that was another reason, so that you could have easy access to your right hand, which was your operative hand, the hand that killed people, you know? Yeah, funny, isn't it? Yeah, well, Tracy tells us in the next verse why she's running away. She says, see, which is the way we usually try to get people to understand. We sometimes say, look, it's like this, or listen, it's like this. But you can also say, see, see. So she says, see, my old man, that means my father, my old man's got a problem. He lives with the bottle. That's the way it is. So it means that he drinks a lot, okay? He says his body's too old for working. His body's too young to look like this. My mama went off and left him, so the mother's gone, okay? She wanted more from life than he could give. I said, somebody's got to take care of him. So I quit school, and that's what I did. And then she goes back to say why she wants a fast car to cross the border to, I'm assuming it's Mexico. I mean, where else could it be? It says, you got a fast car. Is it fast enough so we can fly away? We got to make a decision, leave tonight or live and die this way. Oh, interesting. She doesn't use the present perfect at all in this song. She just uses the past tense. Interesting, isn't it? And then she says, so I remember we were driving in your car, speed so fast I felt like I was drunk. City lights lay out before us, and your arm felt nice, wrapped round my shoulder. Oh. And I had a feeling that I belonged. I had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone. Lovely song, isn't it? So obviously, Tracy doesn't have a problem sharing her insecurities with us. And then she says, you got a fast car, we go cruising to entertain ourselves. Again, not good with the tenses, is she? You still ain't got a job, which slang, it just means you still haven't got a job. And I work in a market as a checkout gal. I know things will get better. You'll find work and I'll get promoted. We'll move out of the shelter, buy a bigger house, and live in the suburbs. And then she says again, so I remember when we were driving in your car, speed so fast I felt like I was drunk. City lights lay out before us, and your arm felt nice wrapped round my shoulder. That's nice, isn't it? And then by the last verse, of course, she's having problems because she goes on to say, now I got a job that pays all our bills. Oh, really? I wonder where she's working now. She doesn't tell us. And then she says, you stay out drinking late at the bar. See more of your friends than you do of your kids. I'd always hoped for better. Thought maybe together you and me, or she means you and I, of course, would find it. I got no plans. I ain't going nowhere. So take your fast car and keep on driving. Yeah, so it seems like she ended up marrying a man just like her father. Isn't that what they say everyone does? The boys marry someone like the mother, don't they? And fathers marry someone like the father. Well, clearly it's worked for her. So that's Tracy Chapman singing Fast Car. Isn't it strange how memories are evoked by songs. Songs help us to remember. I remember listening to Tracy Chapman in Spain. It brings up all kinds of memories for me. Oh, very interesting. Very interesting, yeah. Fast car. I want a ticket to anywhere. It's a pity Tracy's very unhappy, but hopefully over the years she's found some peace by singing and everything else. Do you have a favorite Tracy Chapman song? I think mine was the one about the tables beginning to turn. That's when Tracy tried to do cheerful songs, and she said, "We're going to run, 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 run. Finally, the tables are starting to turn." Yeah, she wasn't the happiest woman in the pack, was she? But a lovely song. So there we are. There we are. So, yeah, this is English Language Day. So my advice is don't talk like Tracy. Make sure you use your present perfects and no slang. Also, to celebrate today, do something British. If you can. I don't mean you have to buy a right-hand drive, but yes, maybe you could cook a nice English meal, whatever that looks like. Fish and chips, I suppose. But happy day and enjoy your learning. See you. Bye.